Hey everyone, Emeka here from my self-publishing blueprint.com, and in this video I want to talk about some bad KDP practices. These are not necessarily things that are going to get your account banned or closed from Amazon, but what I'm going to cover are a list of things that you definitely want to avoid and make sure you're just not playing around with, because it's not going to, these things are not going to help your business long term at all. The first one I want to talk about is what's called the Amazon super URL. So what this is normally when you go and share your book with whoever you want to share it, you're going to give them part of your URL that typically ends at the ASIN. What a super URL is, it's a much longer URL and it contains a whole bunch of data inside of it. And the data that Amazon does not like is the data that actually manipulates Amazon's algorithm, thinking that somebody was searched by keyword, clicked and bought or reviewed your book. Amazon, it's very, very clear in their terms of service that using anything like this type of URL that is trying to trick their system, it's against their terms of service. And I know somebody who had a ton of reviews, and he didn't even know that he was doing this. He just clicked on the URL and just copied the whole thing, not just the part that he should have copied, and by mistake he had all that data, and he ended up sharing and promoting his book to his following, and people were leaving all these organic reviews, and then Amazon came and took away every single one of those organic reviews because he made this simple mistake. Make sure you know the correct URL to share when you're promoting your book. There's going to be a link in the description for a fantastic article that I really love on exactly how this super URL works and what you can do to make sure you're staying safe. The second thing that you definitely want to avoid is mass free downloads. The days of getting 10 to 20,000 free downloads are long gone. Those are the old Kindle publishing days. Free downloads are not nearly as important. And if you use one of the tactics where you can go on to a Warrior Forum, or probably even on Fiverr, there's some gigs where they'll have they claim it's a people, but really they're bots, and you'll get these 10 to 20,000 free downloads over a course of 5 days. By doing that, you're just asking for some unwanted attention from Amazon, and they're going to start looking at your book, and there's a very good chance that they're going to end up closing down your account, or at least just taking that book off of Amazon, because once again that's trying to manipulate the system. And those tactics, they don't work like they worked a number of years ago. So you want to stay away from anything that's going to be promoting that you're going to be getting even 5,000 downloads. I'd stay away from something like that. You don't need that many downloads anymore to make a good income from Kindle publishing. The third KDP practice that you want to stay away from is just publishing crappy books. The days of publishing 5,000 word crappy books are long behind us, and thank God, because Amazon, remember, the only thing they care about, they do not care about me, they do not care about you, they care about their customers' buying experience. That's it. So you need to make sure you have good quality books that customers are leaving organic reviews for, that are positive organic reviews. You have to produce quality books. This is something Amazon looks. There's also certain things that you can do by keep updating your book into different versions. That also tells Amazon that, hey, this person, they want to help our customers by giving them a better customer experience. The next tactic that you want to stay away from is public domain works. I don't understand why people do this, why they think they can get away with this. Probably because they're listening to or outdated information, but you cannot buy privately labeled products, PRL products or PLR products, or anything that's public domain. By public domain, meaning it's somewhere freely available on the internet, and you can't just copy and paste it and put it into a book and sell it on Amazon. I don't know why people do that, thinking that this is how this process works. This is not how it works. You cannot do that. Amazon will shut you down. They will become a pain in your butt. You cannot do that. You need to have an original book written and published in order to have any sort of success with KDP. Do not try to cheat the system by doing that. And the last topic I'm going to talk about is Google Translate. There's lots of other non-English markets that are big markets. Using Google Translate to translate your entire book is a very, very stupid thing to do. Google Translate is anything but accurate, especially when you're actually going to be reading the book in a book form. This was something I looked into, and I had one of my books. I did it with Google Translate, gave it to my wife to read in Spanish, and she just laughed it out the room. Those of you who speak two languages, you know what I'm saying. A phrase that I'm going to say in English, Google is simply going to take that exact phrase and just switch the exact words to the Spanish words, that or to whatever language. But that phrase might be said a completely different way, or it'll have a completely different meaning. It's not, you cannot just do a direct translate. So any of those, like, anything that's free that you're going to use to translate an entire book, of course it's just going to be garbage. So this is just not a practice that that you want to be looking at for long-term success, because Amazon's catching up. So hopefully that enlightens you and tells you what not to do when it comes to some bad KDP practices. Do things the right way. Learn how to build this business the right way so you can have long-term sustainable success, and you don't have to keep looking over your shoulder, so to speak, for, you know, big bad Amazon to come down and shut you down. Having a passive income with Kindle publishing is not about worrying about whether or not your account's getting closed. Having a passive income with Kindle publishing is about just that. It's having a passive income where you can go out and do the things that you want to do and not worry that Amazon's going to take away all your royalties because you tried to cheat the system or use a loophole or whatever the case is. As always, everyone, I'm Emeka. If you're brand new to the channel, make sure you take a look around, consider subscribing. Hey, have you got my free guide yet? If so, go pick it up at emekaossai.com/theblueprint. It's my 5-step guide on making your first $1,000 online with Kindle publishing. Until next time, take care.